Compound subjects and predicates. So when a sentence tells about two or more people or things, the sentence has a compound subject. When a sentence tells about two or more things that the subject does, the sentence has a compound predicate. The word and is used to join compound subjects. It is also used to join compound predicates. So let's look at our example sentence here. My friend and I took our dogs to an obedience class. So in this sentence, does anyone see two or more subjects or predicates? How many subjects do you see in this first example sentence?
My friend.
Okay, so we have subject, my friend. Our second subject is I. So how many subjects is that, Flingling?
2.
2. Do we have a joining word?
Yes.
What's our joining word?
And.
Okay, so this tells us we have 2 subjects and we have their joining word and. So we have a compound subject. Good job. What about our next sentence? My dog will learn and obey when I give commands. Jenny, how many actions do you see in this sentence?
2.
Yeah. What actions do you see?
Learn and obey.
Will learn is our first action. Obey is our second action. And do you see a joining word?
Yes.
What is it?
And.
Okay, so now we have 2 actions, our joining word and, so that tells us we have a compound predicate. Good job. So we're going to underline the compound subjects in our sentences 1 through 5. Ben, can you read sentence number 1, please?
Okay. Sentence number 1. William and I took our dog to an obedience class.
And what's our compound subject?
William and I.
William and I. Good job. Can we have number 2, please?
Most people and dogs made a lot of noise at first.
And what's
most peoples and dogs are compound sentence. Subject.
Good job. Most people and dogs. Anna, can you read number 3?
My dogs and my friend dog whose feet were quiet.
And what's our compound subject?
My dog's family and my friend dog
Fritz. Okay. My dog Stanley and my friend's dog Fritz. Good job. Nanzan, can you read sentence number 4?
My friend and I were whispering.
Okay. And what's our compound subject?
My friend and I.
My friend and I. Good job. Amy, can you do number 5 for us, please?
Number 5. Then the instructor and a trained dog showed us some commands.
Okay. And what's our compound subject?
The instructor and a trained dog.
The instructor and a trained dog. So let's notice that you didn't include the word then. Is then part of the subject?
No.
No. It is a linking word telling us time order. So it's not part of the subject. Okay, it's telling us sequence or order of events. All right, now we're going to identify the compound predicates. Hwangmi,
Yes.
can you read number 6, please?
First, the
Instructor.
instructor held up one finger and said, sit.
All right, and what is our compound predicate? Remember, predicate is what the subject does, so the action in the sentence.
Held up one finger and said, sit.
Good job. So held up one finger and said, sit. So action number 1, held up one finger. Action number 2, said, sit. And we have our... Bebe, can you do number 7, please?
The dog listened and sat.
And what's the compound predicate?
The compound predicate is listened and sat.
Good job. Kwang-Ang, number 8.
Then the instructor said, stay, and walked away.
What's our compound predicate?
Said, stay, and walked away.
Good job. Said, stay, and walked away. Can you do number 9, please?
Yes.
Read this full sentence first.
The dog listened and did not move.
Compound predicate?
Listened and did not move.
Good job. Last one. Fungling, can you read number 10?
Harmony instructor patted her poo-poo and said, "Good dog."
And what's our compound predicate?
Pat her poo-poo and said, "Good dog."
Patted her pupil and said, good dog. Okay. What do we think of this one? Easy, medium, or difficult?
Easy.
Medium, Kangmian. Kangmian, did you have trouble with any of them?
Yes.
Which one? Tell me.
The number 5.
Number 5. What did you put for number 5?
I underlined that.
Okay. Do you know why then is not included in the subject?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Anyone else have trouble with one of them? No? Okay. Let's go on with combining our subjects. Looking at our short, choppy sentences. Rudy wants a pet. Her brothers want a pet. So these sentences don't sound very good. All right? They're too short. They're too choppy. They both have the same predicate or the same action. So instead of having 2 different sentences, we can combine the 2 subjects. So we know we have Rudy and her brothers. So we can combine our subjects, Rudy and her brothers, with our joining word and to make a better sounding sentence. So Rudy and her brothers want a pet. So this makes our writing more clear and makes it sound a lot better. So let's do some practice with this. So we're going to combine the sentences by joining the subjects with the word and to form a compound subject. So number 1, Ben, can you read? Children enjoy pets, adults enjoy pets. What's our new
Children
sentence?
and adults enjoy pets.
Children and adults enjoy pets. Okay, thank you, Ben. So now we have a sentence that sounds better. Nanzang, can you do number 2? Large dogs can be good pets. Small dogs can be good pets. What's our new sentence?
Large dog and small dog can be good pets.
Okay, large dogs and small dogs can be good pets. Good job. So now we have our compound subject. Large dogs, small dogs, with our joining word and. All right, good job. Hongmi, my parents told me about different types of dogs. The vet told me about different types of dogs. How can we combine these 2 sentences?
My parents and the vet told me about different types of dogs.
All right, good job. My parents and the vet told me about different types of dogs. Good job, Hongmi. Poodles often live for more than 10 years. Beagles often live for more than 10 years. How can we combine these sentences? Amy?
Poodles and beagles often live for more than 10 years.
All right, good job. Poodles and beagles often live for more than 10 years. Anna, number 5. My brother liked the beagle best. I liked the beagle best.
My brother and I like the beagle best.
Good job. And Bebe, our new dog slept soundly on the porch. Our cat slept soundly on the porch.
Our new dog and our cat slept soundly on the porch.
Good job. Our new dog and our cat slept soundly on the porch. Okay. What do we think about this page? Easy, medium, or difficult? So we're taking our 2 subjects, combining them with the word and to make a compound subject, to make our writing sound nicer. Okay, good job. Any questions about the homework? I'm going to send home Jeopardy game. I'll send this one home for homework today, and you can play at home. Okay, we don't have time to do it in class. We're going to talk about because of Winn-dixie. So we need to talk about story structure. As you read because of Winn-dixie, ask yourself what the most important parts of the story are. The story's events make up the plot. Look for details that help you picture the setting or where and when the story takes place. Keep track of new characters as they are introduced. Use a graphic organizer like this one to help you. So when we're talking about story structure, what do I mean when I say characters, Kwongai? What are characters of a story?
Characters of the story are the people and animals in the story.
the people and the animals in a story. Okay, good job. What about the setting? Jenny, what do I mean when I say setting?
Where and when the story happened.
Yep, where and when the story happens or takes place. Good job. So the time and the place, okay? And when we're talking about the plot, Ben, what do I mean when I say plot?
Plot means stories, events.
Good job. The stories, events. Okay. So we have our characters, our setting, and the plot. So when we are looking at story structure, we can recognize the most important parts in a story. Okay, so this can include the beginning, the middle, and the end, but also when new characters are introduced in a story. Okay, so normally we have characters introduced at the beginning, but sometimes we can have new characters introduced in the middle and sometimes even in the end. Okay, so those are also important parts of the story that we want to make sure we take note of. So let's talk about summarize. When you summarize a story, you tell who the characters are and briefly retell the main events. Summarize can help you understand and remember a story. As you read Because of Winn-Dixie, pause at the end of each page to summarize briefly what you have just read to make sure you can understand it. So summarizing can help us with realistic fiction genre stories. Okay, so when we summarize, we want to take only the most important parts, not every detail. If we're just talking about every detail, then I might as well read the whole story. So in the important parts to make sure that you understand what's happening in the story. Let's talk about helping others now. Who can read this part about helping others? We'll talk about helping others and why it's important. Nanzang, can you read to us about helping others?
Helping others, doing favors, helping with chores, and volunteering for a community project are all ways of helping others. Sometimes we can help others just by talking or listening to them. Because of Winn-dixie is a story about how one person can make a newcomer feel at home in a new place. How the character interact can show reader what it means to be a friend.
All right, good job. So who's ever helped someone before? We can help people in our families, like our moms and dads, our brothers and sisters. We can help our friends. We can help people that we don't even know. Bebe, can you tell me about a time you helped someone before?
Once I was in a coffee shop and then I saw a guy's money on the ground and I picked it up for him.
Wow, good job. So how do you think that it made that person feel when you returned his money? What do you think, Bebe? How did it make him feel?
Relieved that he didn't lose money.
Yeah, relieved that he didn't lose money, right? Probably made him feel pretty good that someone saw his money, picked it up, and returned it to him. Okay, good story. Jenny, do you want to share with us?
So my mom and my dad would eat dinner and then they left me home alone. And I saw the dishes haven't been washed yet and I washed for mom and dad. When they come home, they say me, good job.
Wow, that's so nice of you. Do you think it made them feel pretty good that you helped them?
Yes.
Yeah, probably showed them that you care about their feelings, right? You took time to help mom and dad. Yeah, good job. So helping others can be important. It can show that you care. All right, so let's talk about our genre for this story. Amy, can you read to us about the genre of Because of Winn-dixie?
The genre is realistic fiction. Realistic fiction has characters and events that are like people and events in real life. As you read, look for a setting that could be a real place, a plot with a beginning, a middle, and an ending. Characters who have feelings that real people have.
Thank you, Amy. Fiction means made up. Okay, so this is a made up story. However, it is realistic. It is like real life. Okay, so the characters that we are going to read about in this story are like characters you would find in real life. The setting of this story is going to be places that you could find in real life. And the events are things that could actually happen in real life. So as we read, I want you to think, could this happen in real life? Would I find these characters or these places in real life? Okay, so we'll talk about that a bit more as we read the story. So I'm going to read the first page, and then I have a couple of questions, and I think we'll read the rest tomorrow. So if you have your journeys book, you can get that out now. If not, I'd like for you to be following along on the screen, please. 10-year-old Opal is a newcomer in the town of Naomi, Florida. She hasn't made any friends yet and feels a little lonely. Opal's only pal is a very big dog named after the grocery store where she found him, Winn-dixie. I spent a lot of time that summer at the Herman W. Block Memorial Library. The Herman W. Block Memorial Library sounds like it would be a big fancy place, but it's not. It's just a little old house full of books, and Miss Franny Block is in charge of them all. She's a very small, very old woman with short gray hair, and she was the first friend I made in Naomi. It all started with Winn-dixie not liking it when I went into the library because he couldn't go inside too. But I showed him how he could stand up on his hind legs and look in the window and see me in there selecting my books, and he was okay, as long as he could see me. But the thing was, the first time Miss Franny Block saw Winn-dixie standing up on his hind legs like that, looking into the window, she didn't think he was a dog. She thought he was a bear. So what is the setting of this story? Feng Ling, where does this story take place so far?
I think it takes place at the
Do you see a setting or a place?
library.
Yeah, what's the library called? The Herman W. Block Memorial Library. So, is the library a place we could find in real life, Hongmi?
No.
We don't have
Yes.
libraries in real life?
Yes, library.
Yes, got it. So, library is a place we could find in real life. Kang Huyen, where does Opal live?
Opal live at the town of Naomi,
Naomi, where?
Florida.
Florida. Okay, so I'm not sure about Naomi, but Florida is a real place, right? It's in the United States in the South. All right, so we have our settings, real places so far. Okay, so we are going to finish reading this tomorrow. For your homework for today, so you're gonna do a Jeopardy game. Okay, so I'll send the link home, so it'll look like this. I think if you're just doing it by yourself, if you want to play with a friend or brother or sister, that's fine. So you can select how many teams you want. Okay, so if you're doing it by yourself, you might want to select 2 teams, or sorry, 1 team. If you're doing it with a friend, 2 teams. Okay, so it'll look like this. Has different questions about complete subjects, complete predicates, simple subjects, simple predicates, and anything goes. All right, so you can click on whatever one you want. It'll ask you a question. When you want it to show you the answer, it says reveal correct response. Hit the space bar at the bottom on your keyboard. Everyone knows what the space bar is? So if you're looking at your keyboard, it's the long one at the bottom. Okay, so that'll show you the correct answer. And then you hit the ESC button, escape button, to go back to the big screen. Okay? Does anyone have questions about what we talked about today? Any questions?
No.
See everyone tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Bye.